What is up, everyone? This is your boy, Mr. Product Reviews, and today we will be doing a review on the Tonor microphone. And this particular model is the Q9 USB microphone kit, and it should be compatible with PC, Mac, PS4. However, it is not compatible with Xbox. So I want to say again, this is not compatible with the Xbox per product description. So just in case you're buying this for the Xbox, this may not work for you. And for today's products demonstration, I will be demoing this microphone on a Mac. So before we get started, let's go ahead and do a 360 around the box and see what that looks like. So it's pretty much very generic. It comes in a box with the brand here, Tonor microphone. Doesn't even tell you what model it is, but this is the Q9 microphone USB. And again, just kind of around the box real quick. So there are some SKU information here. Let me just play around the camera a little bit. Yep, some SKU information should you need it. And then probably the product ID. Just again around the box. There's some, certification around the box. So pretty standard box to begin with. In the next portion, I will go ahead and open it and see what's inside. All right, so opening this box is actually pretty simple. You just kind of pull this tab over here and then you open it up. And basically this is what's inside the box. And let's go ahead and just look at this instructional manual real quick. And should you guys want to just pause and read it through, be my guest. So I'm just gonna open this up and then just pan over. Lots of instruction for Windows and Mac. And let's see what's behind here. Looks like introduction, things of that nature. So as for my testing, I'm just going to plug it in and see what happens. That's usually how I do product testing, to see how user-friendly it is, right? Because I feel like if you need to go through instruction just to understand a product, I feel like it's not very user-friendly. So that's usually like my go-to, is to just plug it in and see what happens. So, all right. So next part is, let's go ahead and see what's inside, right? The box. So here you have, looks like part of the stand for the microphone. And looks like over here we have the condenser. So you see the mesh here. It has this little handle that you can, quite flexible, so you can just move it into orientation that you like. And this is how you would keep it steady, right? Keep it stable, keep it anchor on your desk or what have you. So that's the condenser. All right, next part. So you got this thing that kind of goes over your microphone. So let's go ahead and look at the microphone. I think this is the microphone. Yep, looks like this is it. So yeah, it's packaged really nicely, for transporting. Got bubble wrap, and then in addition to that, there's another plastic wrap around the microphone. So this is the Q9 USB microphone, and you can definitely put the condenser in here, right, to soften your S's and T's and whatnot. I'll put it in later, but this is the microphone, and has a plus and minus icon over here button. And this is the top. Let me just try to get a close-up so you guys can see. So this is the top. And the bottom looks like a USB connection here. So I'm just gonna turn this around. Let you guys take a real good look of this microphone. So to me, this is about maybe a pound and a quarter. It does have a little bit of weight on it. I like it, tells me that I just like things to have a little bit of weight, especially when it's a microphone. All right, so let's go ahead and take a look what else is in here. So it looks like this is like the folding stand, if you will. This is probably where the microphone will sit. So yeah, it looks like, so it kind of, so this is the arm, this is the microphone arm. Unfortunately, my camera can capture its full glory, but this is the arm that you can swivel in and out. It's got some spring to create some tension on it. Keep things steady. So it feels pretty good in construction. I mean, this is made of metal. It feels pretty. It's kind of, it feels light a little bit, but I think this will be fine holding the microphone. But it feels pretty good construction wise. There's no rough edges on any of the construction. The metal is nice and polished. I don't feel any cuts or rough edges around it, so this is pretty good to my standard. Let's go ahead and see what's in here. Looks like, oh, yep, the USB. You need the USB cable since this is a USB microphone. So there's the USB cable. And last but not least, let's see, looks like this is probably part of the stand as well. Yeah, still, yeah, unfortunately I don't have a scissor with me, but you can kind of see through the plastic. So this is kind of like where you would probably anchor the microphone. And so there you go. So this is what's inside the box of the Q9 microphone kit. So in the next part, maybe what I'll do is I will install this next to my desk. And part of the reason why I purchased this is because, as most of you are probably in quarantine, right? COVID-19, staying put, you guys are having lots of meetings, so am I. And I just really want to up my audio game when I talk to clients and whatnot. So having this microphone, I think, would improve my communication skill. So I'm going to install this on my office desk, and let's just see what happens. All right, so I got the Q9 microphone apparatus, as you can see, and also the microphone installed with the pop filter. And I just put on both of them just so you guys can see. I mean, you don't need to use, you'll probably use one or the other, but I just want to show you both on how that would look like if you have those installed. And it's just a matter of preference whether you want the coned pop filter or you want the more, you know, the metal dish pop filter instead. So I'll leave that up to the viewer on how you guys wanted to, you know, do that. And I want to apologize too that in the background, this is kind of like my work area. I apologize. Initially, I was going to install this next to my desk, but I find, you know, getting the right camera angle was really difficult. So instead, I just installed it on this desk so that you guys can see how that looks like in its full glory. And then you guys can proceed on, you know, how you want to install that in your own office. So just real quick, how this thing anchors is it kind of anchors with this apparatus over here, which I think I showed you earlier. It was still in plastic. So this is how it looks like out of the plastic. So you would tighten it by just turning this, I guess, clockwise, so that it will tighten over here. And then so this is kind of where the stand, this is where kind of all the weight is bearing on. And then so here's the arm, and I think I kind of showed you earlier that this thing does swivel. Sorry, oh, oops, sorry about that. I lifted up, forgot to tighten that. So what I forgot was I forgot to tighten this. That was kind of my bad actually. So let me just tighten this real quick. All right, so now I can, yeah, there you go. Now I can kind of lift this up and down. There is, so as you can see, it still kind of comes down a little bit. And the reason is because there's still kind of like, you know, all these things that you have to adjust. So this little knob adjusts the tension of the arm. So there are kind of like various settings that you can adjust the tension through and through. And so, all right, so let's go over here. So this is, right, the star of really the whole product. So this is the microphone over here. And how it attaches it is there's this two little grippy things here. So if you kind of like, you know, push it in, then that's how you kind of like alleviate the tension so that you could put the microphone in. Because right now it's nice and tight because it's gripping. But if I kind of like, you know, push this out a little bit, this microphone will slide down. So this is kind of like what's holding the microphone through this grip over here. And then this pop filter, the metal pop filter over here, is just attached to it on the arm of the swivel over here, as you can see. And that's kind of like how everything's attached. And then you can like do this, if you will, like, you know, adjust it to the way you want, right? You could kind of like do this, you know, to whatever angle and settings you would like. So lots of ways you can configure this particular apparatus on your desk. So in the next portion, what I think I'll do is I'll attach this to my Mac, and we'll do a quick sound test, and we'll call that it for this product reviews. All right, so welcome to the microphone audio testing portion of this review. So what I have right now is I'm actually using my standard microphone from my computer instead of the Q9 microphone, just so we can hear the difference, and hopefully we do. So I am going to read a script out loud that are heavy with the T's and the S's and just those syllables that would make things pop. And I'm going to read that script twice. So I'm going to read it with the standard microphone as you're hearing now, and then we're going to switch over with the Q9 microphone in front of a pop filter, just so we want to see if we can hear the difference or not. So here it goes. Pete's job was to keep the baby happy. Today, Dick told Patty about it. The girls were baking the biggest cake for Mr. Tag. The brother wouldn't bathe because he thought a bath would make his toothache worse. In half a day, he repaired 5 television sets, 2 telephones, and a very old stove. She usually rushes to push the garage door closed. So that's the script. And in the next part, I am going to read this out loud with the Q9 microphone, and let's just see if we can hear the difference. So welcome to the Q9 microphone audio demonstration. And right now I am using the Q9 microphone as we speak. And before I get started with reading the same script, I just wanted to let you guys know that I am demonstrating this on a Mac, and I did have to go into system preferences just to turn up the sensitivity of the Q9 microphone, just so it can pick up the audio and whatnot. So on your end, if you're using a Mac, you might need to go into your system settings, your system preference. You might have to crank up the sensitivity just so the microphone can pick up the audio. And I assume you might have to do something similar on the Windows system, probably somewhere under control panel and what have you. So without further ado, I am going to read the same script I did earlier, and I am reading it in front of a pop filter that comes with this Q9 set. So here it goes. Pete's job was to keep the baby happy. Today, Dick told Patty about it. The girls were baking the biggest cake for Mr. Tag. The brother wouldn't bathe because he thought a bath would make his toothache worse. In half a day, he repaired 5 television sets, 2 telephones, and a very old stove. She usually rushes to push the garage door open. All right, so that pretty much concludes my review on the Tonor microphone. I'm not sure if you guys can hear the difference, but as for me, I do feel like I sound better with the Q9 microphone than the standard out-of-the-box microphone that you get from your computer or what have you. So with the pop filter, I definitely feel like the S's and the T's and things like that, I feel like it really softens it a little bit. So I feel like that's pretty good. And as I mentioned before, I am using this for taking calls with my clients and meetings and whatnot. And I think this microphone is great for things like vlogging, or if you're planning to use this to do game streaming of that nature, or if you're using this to just play with friends online and things like that. I really feel like this is a pretty good microphone, especially with the pop filter in front. It really makes the sound, like lack of a better term, just sounds really much better in my opinion. So I hope all of you have learned something from my review. And if you happen to enjoy my review, please like, comment, and definitely subscribe to my channel. If you can, it would mean a lot to me. And also for anyone out there that are watching my review, if you're interested in me making a product reviews on your particular product, be sure to look at the video description below for information on how to contact me. And also for the folks who wants to purchase this Tonor Q9 microphone, USB, Mac, PC, PS4 compatible, and by the way, it's not Xbox compatible based on product description, just a FYI. So if you're interested in buying this, there should be buy link below in the product video description, just so you can get there as quickly as you can. So other than that, Mr. Product Reviews out.